6 lucky numbers to win big and get rich on June 13th, 2025. Buddhist teachings. What if the wealth you've been waiting for is already approaching, but you've been too distracted to notice the signs? Repeating numbers, quiet nudges, a sense that something big is coming. As June 13th, 2025 approaches, 6 powerful numbers are aligning. Rooted in Buddhist wisdom and cosmic energy, they're more than lucky, they're intentional. These numbers carry clarity, simplicity, and a path toward abundance for those who are mindful and ready. This is not about gambling, it's about tuning in. Mercury sharpens your focus, Venus opens you to receive. Together, they create an energetic doorway, one you don't want to miss. Stay with me to the end, and I'll reveal a bonus number, a master code that amplifies your intentions and speeds up manifestation. But first, pause, take a deep breath, let go of doubt. Like this video, subscribe to the Journey of Wisdom, and comment, "I am ready to receive with clarity and peace." Let's begin. 1. The infinite flow of 8. We now arrive at the final and perhaps most profound number in this journey, number 8, a number that doesn't just represent prosperity, it radiates it. Visually, it mirrors the infinity symbol standing tall, a quiet yet powerful reminder that life is not a straight line but a flowing loop of energy, lessons, and renewal. In Buddhist wisdom, 8 is not random, it holds deep spiritual weight as the core of the Noble Eightfold Path, the very heart of the Buddha's teaching, offering a practical map for living a life of clarity, compassion, and balance. It includes right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration, each a guidepost not only for spiritual growth, but also for sustainable success in today's busy world. Consider this. Many of us chase success with urgency, pushing, forcing, grinding only to feel drained and disconnected. But like the dragon of Eastern legend, number 8 teaches us to glide rather than struggle. The dragon doesn't flap wildly to rise. It uses the wind, symbolizing a life aligned with flow rather than force. The power of number 8 lies in harmony, not hustle. Peace comes from within, said the Buddha. Do not seek it without. When we embrace the rhythm of give and receive, effort and rest, silence and intention, we unlock a kind of abundance that no lottery ticket can promise. So here is your invitation, a ritual not of superstition, but of sacred alignment. Each morning, take just 8 minutes of silent stillness to connect with your breath, not as an escape from life, but as a return to it. Throughout your week, offer 8 genuine acts of kindness, small gestures that ask for nothing and ripple into everything. And finally, write down 8 intentions that honor both your material goals and your spiritual truth. These are not empty routines, they're quiet anchors in a chaotic world. Because real wealth isn't loud, it's a calm, steady presence that you carry in your choices, your energy, your relationships. Number 8 is not the end of this journey, it is the gentle reminder that the path is eternal, ever circling, always teaching. As Zen Master Dogen said, "A flower falls, even though we love it, and a weed grows, even though we do not love it. Everything has its place, its timing, and its lesson." So now, as you take one deep breath, let this number settle into your heart, not as luck, but as a symbol of sacred alignment. And with that, the circle is whole. 2. Creative power of 18. Have you ever felt like your mind is running wild, leaping from one thought to the next without pause? One moment you're thinking about what's for dinner, and the next, you're worrying about next week's deadline, remembering something from years ago, or suddenly hit with a spark of inspiration that vanishes before you can grab it. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone, and more importantly, you're not broken. In fact, in the Buddhist tradition, this is called the monkey mind, restless, curious, and constantly moving. But instead of fighting it or judging it, what if you could dance with it? What if you could turn that inner storm into a source of strength and insight? That's the message of lucky number 18. It doesn't come to silence your thoughts, it comes to awaken your creativity. 1. The number of beginnings and leadership combines with 8, the number of abundance and karmic flow, to create a powerful reminder. Your thoughts, even the chaotic ones, are not distractions, they are messengers. Number 18 teaches us that the mind isn't something to be tamed like a wild animal, but to be explored like a living forest. When was the last time you gave yourself permission to be creatively messy? To simply think, doodle, wander, and play without needing a result? That's what number 18 calls you to do. Each day, take 18 minutes just to create without pressure. Write, draw, hum, or daydream. Break your usual mental patterns by asking, is this thought helping me or just repeating itself? Then shift direction. Say yes to the small, unexpected things, a conversation you didn't plan, a street you've never walked, or a silly idea you'd usually dismiss. These moments feed the flow. And here's the truth. The world doesn't need a perfect you, it needs a present you. Your mind isn't a mistake to correct. It's a mystery to understand. Buddhism reminds us that thoughts aren't enemies to be crushed, but waves to ride with compassion and awareness. So next time your mind feels too full or too fast, don't resist, listen. Because within that beautiful mess could be the seeds of your most brilliant self. Ask yourself now, what might happen if you stop fearing your wild mind and start trusting it? Comment below. I let my mind create freely. Let number 18 be your guide to embrace chaos with purpose and discover the hidden wisdom in your own mental jungle. The lesson is simple but deep. Your energy, even when untamed, is sacred. Honor it, and it will lead you to more than success. It will lead you to truth. 3. 36 and true freedom. If you're listening right now, I invite you to pause for a moment and ask yourself a powerful question. What does freedom mean to me, not just in theory, but in the life I live every single day? Is it walking away from a job that leaves your heart empty? Is it finally giving voice to the truth you've been hiding just to keep others comfortable? Or could it be the deeper realization that you no longer want to live by scripts written by others' parents, society, fear? In the wisdom of number 36, we find not rebellion, but liberation, not escape, but the courage to stand tall in your truth. This number carries the essence of spiritual independence, the kind of freedom Buddha spoke of when he said, "No one saves us but ourselves. No one can, and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path." The number 3 brings the fire of creativity, self-expression, and confidence. It's the spark that nudges you to try again, to paint, to write, to speak, to live unapologetically. The number 6 is its grounding force, filled with compassion, wisdom, and a sense of responsibility, not to rules, but to your soul's integrity. Together as 36, they form a sacred balance, the wildness of your spirit meeting the wisdom of your growth. And here's the truth, freedom isn't found by running away, but by choosing consciously from a place of alignment instead of fear. As the Buddha taught, attachment is the root of suffering. So ask yourself, what are you still holding on to that no longer serves who you are becoming? Is it a title, a role, a belief that dims your light? Letting go doesn't mean defeat. It means you're finally making space to grow. To align with this energy, try this. Write down one belief or habit that keeps you small, something like, "I'm not enough," or "It's too late for me." Then, with reverence, release it, burn it safely, tear it, bury it under a tree. Let it go with gratitude. Next, Reflect on 3 moments in your life when you felt truly alive, free, joyful, present. Choose one of those moments and do something this week that brings that feeling back, even in a small way. And finally, take a close look at your circle. Are you surrounded by those who encourage your growth, or those who fear your transformation? It matters. The universe isn't waiting for you to be perfect, it's waiting for you to be ready. Like the horse in Buddhist stories, wild, intuitive, born to roam, your soul was never meant to be tamed. You were not created to live in someone else's cage. So I ask you, what would your life look like if you weren't afraid anymore? If you've made it this far, you're already aligning yourself with the energy of abundance and wisdom. Comment below with Lucky Path to affirm your belief in these powerful numbers and the blessings of June 13th, 2025. Stay with us until the end. There's still more insight waiting to guide you toward wealth, balance, and a brighter future. 4. Silent strength of 12. Number 12 may seem like a quiet presence in our lives, woven into clocks, calendars, and ancient systems, but it holds a deeper power rooted in both the rhythms of nature and the wisdom of Buddhist teachings. It appears in the 12 hours of daylight and darkness, the 12 months that complete a year, and the 12 full moons that grace our skies. These aren't just numbers of structure, they are part of a greater cosmic rhythm, inviting us to move in harmony with life, not against it. In Buddhism, 12 represents the 12 links of dependent origination, known as the Nidanas, a profound teaching that reveals how all things arise in connection with one another. It's a map of how suffering begins, not because we are flawed, but because we often act without awareness, clinging to desire, mistaking illusion for truth. But through mindfulness, this very cycle becomes the path to awakening. Everything we do, feel, or think is not isolated, it has roots, and it sends ripples outward. This truth gently reminds us that we are not alone in our struggles or triumphs. When we pause and reflect, we begin to see that our breath is tied to the trees, our pain echoes generations, and our choices shape not just our own path, but the world around us. The symbol of number 12 in Eastern tradition is the Tigera, creature of stillness, clarity, and purposeful motion. The tiger doesn't react to every rustle in the grass. It waits, grounded in awareness, and moves only when the moment is right. This teaches us a different kind of strength, not loud, not aggressive, but deeply rooted in self-understanding. It's the courage to act with intention, to speak with honesty, to step back when needed, and to move forward even when afraid. In today's fast-moving world, where we often feel pressured to prove ourselves or stay constantly busy, the wisdom of number 12 calls us to slow down and reconnect with ourselves, with others, and with what truly matters. Interdependent courage might mean finally opening up about something long buried, or setting healthy boundaries, or simply allowing yourself to rest without guilt. Growth doesn't always roar, it often whispers, but those quiet acts of bravery carry the power to transform lives. So, if number 12 is appearing in your life now, whether on a calendar, in a dream, or as part of this journey toward abundance, it may be reminding you that the real fortune lies not just in material wealth, but in the richness of your connections, the clarity of your heart, and the intention behind your steps. With each mindful choice you make, you align more deeply with the flow of life. And as you walk this path with openness and awareness, know that the universe is already walking beside you, gently, patiently, with the silent pulse of number 12 guiding you forward. 5. Steady success with 48. Let's take a closer look at number 48, not just as a lucky number, but as a guiding light rooted in Buddhist wisdom and deep truth. You see, in a world that constantly pushes us to go faster, do more, and chase instant success, 48 whispers a different message. Slow down, stay steady, stay grounded. This number holds the quiet strength of progress that doesn't need to shout. It's like the soft glow of an oil lamp, humble, constant, and unwavering, especially when everything else around you feels uncertain. Have you ever felt like you're falling behind because you're not moving as fast as others? That's when the spirit of 48 speaks loudest. It reminds you that true growth, the kind that endures, doesn't come from quick wins, but from small, consistent actions taken with heart. The number 4 represents stability, discipline, and structure. Think of it as the foundation you build every day with your good habits and honest efforts. The number 8 carries the energy of karma and abundance, a powerful reminder that the universe returns what you put out, especially when your actions come from integrity. Together, they form a number that tells a bigger story. Prosperity built slowly, mindfully, and with purpose is the kind that no one can take away. It's earned, not given. It's rooted, not rushed. It's peaceful, not pressured. So instead of measuring your success by how fast you're getting there, ask yourself, what am I building that will still matter in 5 or 10 years? How can I honor the small steps that often go unseen but are filled with meaning? As the Buddha wisely said, a jug fills drop by drop. Whether it's saving a little each week, staying calm in a moment of conflict, or simply showing up when it's hard, these are acts of quiet wealth. And in doing so, you're not just moving towards success, you're creating a life filled with peace, strength, and resilience. The lesson of number 48 is this: don't race the world, walk your own path with care. In that calm, consistent movement, you will find a richness far greater than any prize won in a rush. 6. Calm alignment of 24. Let's take a moment together to reflect on the energy of lucky number 24, not as a number meant to magically deliver riches, but as a meaningful symbol of how true wealth begins within. In Buddhist thought, power isn't loud or showy, it's calm, centered, and quietly unshakable. Number 24 carries this energy beautifully. It doesn't rush to impress or strive to be seen, it simply is. It moves through life with grace, clarity, and purpose. So as we approach June 13th, 2025, consider this your gentle invitation to realign your energy not through force, but through mindful intention. In the teachings of the Buddha, we are reminded, a disciplined mind brings happiness. That's what 24 is about. It blends the intuitive sensitivity of number 2 with the grounded strength of number 4, inviting you to live with emotional intelligence and stable purpose. Think about your own life right now. When was the last time you acted from inner peace instead of external pressure? When did you last pause to feel your path instead of rushing to figure it out? This is not about abandoning your goals, but transforming how you walk toward them. Like the rabbit in the Chinese zodiac, observant, alert, and wise, you're being asked to trust the quiet cues, to move with awareness, not urgency. You don't need to force anything. Let alignment do the heavy lifting. Just imagine starting your day not with stress, but with presence. Instead of chasing success, what if you became the kind of person success naturally finds? The Buddha didn't spread his truth by preaching loudly, he embodied it. So today, ask yourself, am I creating from chaos or from clarity? This isn't about lucky numbers bringing instant fortune, it's about tuning into the right energy that allows abundance, both material and spiritual, to flow more effortlessly. If this resonates with you, if something deep inside you is saying, yes, this is my moment to shift, then take a breath and affirm it. Lucky path. By doing that, you're not just watching this episode, you're stepping into a new frequency of wisdom, focus, and mindful prosperity. Let's keep walking this path together with open eyes and steady hearts. Freedom from the pressures of life. Buddha's teachings on living in the present. In a world filled with deadlines, expectations, and endless distractions, many of us carry a constant weight, the pressure to do more, be more, and achieve more. The Buddha understood this suffering deeply. Over 2,500 years ago, he offered a path not just to escape worldly stress, but to live in true freedom through mindfulness, letting go, and living fully in the present moment. Let's explore how his teachings guide us back to peace, right here and now. Number 1. The present moment is all we truly have. Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. The Buddha. In our fast-paced, modern lives, many of us are constantly pulled in two directions: backward into the weight of past mistakes or memories, and forward into the uncertainty of what may or may not come. This internal tug-of-war silently exhausts us, often without us realizing it. Whether it's reliving a conversation that didn't go well, worrying about bills, or imagining the perfect future that always seems just out of reach, we end up missing the only moment that truly exists. This one, the Buddha's teaching, reminds us gently, yet firmly, that now is all we ever really have. And in this now, we are free to live, to breathe, to experience without baggage or worry. In Buddhist philosophy, this moment is not just a random point in time. It is a doorway to peace, clarity, and even transformation. Just as a river flows effortlessly when unblocked, our lives gain flow when we stop resisting the present. It's said in Zen, when walking, walk, when eating, eat. These simple words guide us back to our bodies, our breath, and our senses back to life itself. Too often we think happiness or luck will arrive tomorrow with a better job, more money, or external success. But real luck begins when we wake up to what is already here. Even the ancient Dhammapada says, "Better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace." And peace is always within reach, never in the distant future, but in this breath, this step, this single moment of awareness. To connect this timeless wisdom to your modern life, pause right now and take 3 conscious breaths. Feel your chest rise and fall. As you exhale, let your shoulders drop. Silently say to yourself, "This moment is enough." It's not a magic trick, but it is a powerful shift. As you do this daily, you'll start noticing the subtle beauty in ordinary things, the warmth of morning sunlight, the way a friend laughs, the quiet before sleep. These are not small details, they are life itself speaking gently to you. By being present, you're not only grounding your thoughts, but you're also aligning yourself with the rhythm of nature and the heart of reality. You may still have goals, you may still want to win big or hope for lucky numbers on June 13th, but let them arise from a calm heart, not a restless mind. As Thich Nhat Hanh said, the present moment is filled with joy and happiness. If you are attentive, you will see it. In this way, even while hoping for fortune, you begin to realize that the greatest fortune is clarity, the richest treasure is presence, and the most enduring success is inner peace. Because when your heart is calm and your mind is anchored, you make better choices, draw healthier relationships, and ye 7 open doors to the kind of luck that grows from wise living. So next time you find yourself caught up in worries or chasing something uncertain, remember, the most powerful step you can take is the one you take with full awareness, right here, right now. Number 2, letting go of the shoulds and musts. Let's take a moment to talk about something we all experience but rarely stop to examine: the weight of the shoulds and musts we carry on our backs. So many of us walk through life thinking, "I should be more successful by now," or "people must treat me with respect," or "things should have gone differently." These thoughts seem natural, even motivating, but in the teachings of the Buddha, we discover a deeper truth. He once said, "Attachment is the root of suffering." And he didn't just mean attachment to possessions or people. He was also pointing to our attachment to ideas about how life is supposed to be. This is a powerful insight. Think about Ithao. Often do we make ourselves miserable simply because life doesn't match the script in our minds. That promotion didn't come. That person let us down. That dream is taking longer than we expected. But the truth is, life doesn't follow our plans, it unfolds in its own way. The more tightly we cling to expectations, the more pain we feel when things don't go our way. So what happens when we begin to release those expectations, not because we're giving up, but because we're waking up? This is the wisdom of letting go. It's not about being passive or careless. It's about flowing with the river of life instead of constantly trying to swim upstream. It's about meeting life as it is, not as we demand it to be. Letting go doesn't mean you stop carrying it, means you stop suffering over things you can't control. When you loosen your grip, your heart feels lighter. You begin to respond to life with peace instead of resistance. You gain clarity. You can still set goals, pursue growth, and hold values, but without the emotional chains of, "It must happen my way or else." Can you feel the difference? One path is full of struggle, the other full of surrender, not the kind of surrender that means defeat, but the kind that leads to inner freedom. Now, I invite you to gently reflect. What is one expectation you're holding onto right now that is causing you stress? Asterisk. Is it around success, relationships, how others treat you, or even how you treat yourself? Can you loosen your grip on that expectation, even just a little, and allow space for something new to arise? You don't need to fix everything today. Just noticing your attachments is already a powerful first step. The practice of letting go is not a one-time event, it's a daily invitation to live with more openness, kindness, and clarity. When we learn to let go of rigid ideas about how life should be, we open ourselves to how life is. And in that space, we often find surprising joy, deeper peace, and the kind of wisdom that can't be shaken by changing circumstances. The Buddha's teaching isn't about escaping life, it's about engaging with it more fully, but from a place of freedom. So as you continue on your journey today, ask yourself, what can I release to lighten the load on my heart? Asterisk. Let that question guide you gently toward a day filled with more ease, more presence, and a little more peace. Lesson to carry forward. The more we resist life with our shoulds and musts, the more we suffer. But when we meet each moment with openness and let go of our tight grip on how things have to be, we discover the strength of inner peace and the beauty of living freely. Number 3. Mindfulness, a shield against pressure. Let me ask you something. Have you ever found yourself feeling like life is just too much? Like the weight of expectations, deadlines, emotions, and responsibilities just keeps piling on, and there's no room to breathe? You're not alone. In today's world, we're constantly pushed to think ahead, worry about tomorrow, or regret the past. But what if I told you that there's a powerful way to step out of that pressure, not by escaping life, but by fully entering it, right here, right now? This is where the Buddha's teaching on mindfulness, or sati in Pali, comes alive. Mindfulness isn't something mystical or reserved for monks on mountaintops. It's a natural human ability, the simple act of paying attention to the present moment, without judgment. The Buddha taught that suffering often arises not from what's happening, but from how our minds cling to it, resist it, or try to control it. When we are not present, we get swept away by anxious thoughts, painful memories, or fears about the future. But mindfulness gives us space. As the Buddha said, peace comes from within, do not seek it without. This is the heart of freedom, not needing things to be different in order to feel okay. So, how does mindfulness protect you from the pressure of life? Think of it as a gentle inner shield. When you're mindful, you begin to observe your thoughts, feelings, and reactions as they are like clouds passing through the sky without identifying with them. For example, when stress begins to rise, instead of being swallowed by it, you simply notice, stress is here. That moment of awareness changes everything. It gives you a pause, a breath, a choice. Instead of reacting impulsively with fear, anger, or worry, you respond with calm understanding. The storm still comes, but it doesn't knock you down. In this way, mindfulness doesn't remove challenges from your life. It helps you meet them with wisdom. Let's make this more personal. What if your everyday actions became a chance to wake up to life, to connect deeply with what's happening now? You don't need to sit cross-legged in silence for hours. Just bring your full attention to simple things: the feel of water as you wash the dishes, the sound of your footsteps as you walk, the warmth of your tea as you drink it. When done with awareness, even ordinary acts become sacred. Thich Nhat Hanh, a modern Vietnamese Zen master, once said, "Drink your tea slowly and reverently, as if it is the axis on which the whole world revolves." Why? Because in that one mindful moment, you are not trapped in the past or future, you are free. So here's something to reflect on. When was the last time you were truly present, not thinking ahead, not dwelling on what's gone wrong, but simply being here, now? What would it feel like to live your life that way, more often? Let these questions stay with you. Allow them to gently open the doorway to mindfulness. Because when we start to live with presence, the weight of life begins to lift. We begin to feel grounded, clear, and calm, not because life has changed, but because we have. And in that shift, we discover something deeply liberating, that freedom is not found in escaping our lives, but in entering them fully, one mindful breath at a time. Number 4. Contentment, the greatest wealth. In today's fast-paced world, many of us feel an unrelenting pressure to constantly strive for more achievements, more possessions, more status. This constant craving is like chasing a mirage. Just when we think we've reached it, it slips further away. The Buddha, with deep clarity, pointed out that true happiness doesn't lie in having more, but in appreciating what we already have. In his timeless words, health is the greatest gift, contentment the greatest wealth, faithfulness the best relationship. These are not just poetic phrases, they are signposts guiding us back to a peaceful, grounded life. The idea of contentment as the greatest wealth invites us to pause and reconsider what it really means to live a fulfilling life. We are conditioned to believe that success lies in accumulation, yet the more we acquire, the more anxious we become about keeping it, improving it, or comparing it to what others have. Contentment shifts the focus inward. It's the realization that life is already enough, that you are already enough not because you've stopped growing, but because you're no longer growing out of lack or fear. To be content doesn't mean we give up on goals or dreams. It simply means we stop measuring our worth by how much we achieve or own. When we live with contentment, we make space for joy in the little things: a cup of tea, a kind word, a peaceful moment at the end of the day. From this space of inner calm, we can still move forward, but our steps are lighter, our hearts more open. In a society that glorifies ambition and constant improvement, contentment feels almost radical. Yet it is this very mindset that can free us from the exhausting treadmill of never enough. Consider this. How often have you reached a milestone only to immediately set another one, without ever stopping to truly appreciate what you've achieved? That cycle, left unchecked, drains us emotionally and spiritually. But when we practice contentment, we allow ourselves to feel grateful, to rest, and to be fully present in our lives. This is especially important for those between the ages of 30 and 65, where life can feel like a relentless balancing act: career, family, health, and personal aspirations all competing for attention. Many feel pressure to prove themselves, to meet expectations, or to keep up appearances. But what if we chose to step back just for a moment and said, "This is enough, I am enough"? That one decision can be transformative. Contentment brings a softness to our lives. It helps us embrace imperfection, accept change with grace, and find beauty in the ordinary. It teaches us to value what we have rather than chasing what we think we're missing. And when we do that, we find that peace begins not from outside circumstances, but from within. As you go about your day, take a deep breath and remember, nothing outside you can complete what is already whole. You don't need to become someone else, achieve something spectacular, or collect more to be worthy of joy. You already are. Let that truth settle in your heart, and watch how it gently changes the way you see yourself and the world around you. And there you have its 6 sacred numbers, aligned not just with luck, but with the deeper rhythms of clarity, calm, and conscious living. Remember, these numbers are not just for fortune, they're reminders to slow down, trust the present moment, and walk your path with purpose. Whether you're hoping for a lucky turn on June 13th, 2025, or simply looking to live with more intention, let these teachings guide your journey. If this message resonated with you, help support our growing community by giving this video a like, sharing it with someone who might need a little inspiration today, and subscribing to The Journey of Wisdom. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming insights and teachings. Thank you for being here. May your path be peaceful, your heart be open, and your journey be guided by wisdom. See you in the next video. Stay mindful, stay kind.